What's going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Today for you guys, I thought we'd talk about the reasoning behind why there wasn't any Final Fantasy characters within Kingdom Hearts 3, and also give you guys some small tidbits towards the upcoming DLC, as we have some newish news to do with that. Now, this information is coming from the big man himself, Papa Nomura, out of the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania that actually ended up releasing at the end of February. However, though, we actually have some more recent information from Yasue from the Game Informer GDC interview, as Game Informer today actually released the full Yasue interview. So that's really cool to see both Tetsuya Nomura as well as Yasue giving their comments and statements towards no Final Fantasy characters, as well as some smaller things towards the DLC for the game. Now, just before we get into this video, in regards to the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania, as I said, this was something that ended up releasing at the end of February, and obviously during that time I was away on my hiatus. The Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania, just like other previous Kingdom Hearts Ultimanias, contains a massive developer interview, not just from Tetsuya Nomura, but from a lot of the different developers who are on the Osaka team. There's a lot of really interesting stuff within this interview, and yes, although I know that the Ultimania information at this point is about a month old, I do want to sometime soon start going through some of that information, just for the people that obviously haven't had a chance to sit down and read it, or just simply don't know about it. There's a lot of stuff that connects to like the gameplay side of things, the story side of things, so yeah, at some point we will be going through all of that Ultimania goodness. Now guys, without further ado, let's just jump into today's topic. So first things first, let's talk about no Final Fantasy characters being in Kingdom Hearts 3. You guys were probably a little bit surprised by this, as last year Tetsuya Nomura actually did reiterate the fact that Final Fantasy characters will appear in Kingdom Hearts 3, although the emphasis on them is not going to be so focused on this time around, as Tetsuya Nomura made a comment saying that essentially Kingdom Hearts these days, because it's become such a well-known franchise, can essentially stand on its own without having to have these Final Fantasy characters in the game. Now, while I agree with this, and we have talked about this in the past, Final Fantasy is kind of part of Kingdom Hearts' blood. Even if it's just a small little cameo appearance from a character. Sure, in Kingdom Hearts 3 we got those star constellations, which shows us different Final Fantasy creatures and whatnot. And of course, yeah, there's that little cacti reference in the Toy Box world. And yes, the Moogle is still the shop character, but most of us were definitely expecting to at least see the familiars, you know, like Yuffie, Sid, Leon, etc. But they were nowhere to be seen. So first of all, let's look at Tetsuya Nomura's response towards this. So the question was, coming out of the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania, was there a reason that no Final Fantasy characters appeared in the game this time? Nomura said it was simply that there was no room. There were so many characters appearing in the main story that in the end I wasn't able to create opportunities to use the Final Fantasy characters. Although I did have the team make polygon models of Leon and some of the others just in case. They also made the fairy godmother from Cinderella and a few others, but by the end I just couldn't find a place to use them. The production staff were mad at me, so it looks like Tetsuya Nomura even received a backlash from his own developers with not actually chucking in Final Fantasy characters into the game. That's sort of a little bit hilarious right there. But no, I think that a lot of people were very surprised to not see the Final Fantasy characters, as Tetsuya Nomura did say that they would appear in the game. Although I think most of us were expecting that, again, the emphasis on them this time around wasn't going to be so focused upon. We were at least expecting to see, you know, Leon pop up at some point to maybe say a few words. Now, obviously, Radiant Garden is not a world in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I still feel as if Square could have done something, even if it means chucking a Final Fantasy character into Twilight Town. Hell, it could have even been a new one with a new little side plot to sort of dip into. Or you could have actually intertwined the Radiant Garden Restoration Committee into like the Gummy Phone, and we could have had some really unique and cool conversations talking back and forward to Yuffie, Leon, and Sid whilst traveling to different worlds. I mean, they could have really tried to implement these characters somehow. Now, obviously, Tetsuya Nomura did mention that the main reason was because there was just simply no room. There were so many characters that ended up appearing in this game, and obviously Tetsuya Nomura Nomura has to sit down and think about exactly what sort of role and part each character in the game is going to play. And that's a pretty damn big deal considering that yes, there is a lot of characters when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, and there are a lot of stories that need to be wrapped up and explained. Now obviously the Kingdom Hearts original characters have that priority, so it's sort of understandable as to why Tetsuya Nomura and the team didn't have enough time to actually implement these characters with a bit of substance behind them. It is interesting to know though that Tetsuya Nomura did actually make the development team create a few different Final Fantasy character models just in case. So I'm looking that towards the future for Kingdom Hearts 3 in the sense of a DLC, it would actually be quite interesting to see a Final Fantasy character being used for the purpose of DLC. Even if, like, say, Radiant Garden does actually become a DLC world, we go there and we get to meet up with the Restoration Committee once again, that would be absolutely fantastic. And they do have these models just sitting around unused, so I could totally see it happening. Now let's switch over to Tai Yasue's response towards the lack of Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. This is coming out of Game Informer's GDC interview with Tai. Game Informer said the lack of Final Fantasy characters also quickly came in our conversation. Tai said, "We definitely recognize and respect what everyone's saying," he affirmed, once again saying he can't make any announcements. However, when asked if he was surprised that fans were disappointed by this, he said he was. Tai said, "We had a lot of original characters, it's the conclusion of the Xehanort saga, and we really wanted to concentrate on the main storyline of Kingdom Hearts such as Sora and Roxas, for the example. They're having all these stories in other games and we wanted them to conclude." So as you guys can see, the response is essentially the same as Nomura's, with saying that basically because there were just so many characters that they needed to focus on in Kingdom Hearts when looking at the main Kingdom Hearts characters, they didn't have enough time to sit down and do work for the side characters like Final Fantasy characters. So again, it's interesting, especially when they mention right here that Tai couldn't actually make any announcements. Keep in mind that this was brought up in the same breath as the whole DLC thing, and again I think it's going to be very likely that we might end up seeing Final Fantasy characters implemented through this massive paid DLC that we will be receiving at some point. However, speaking of which, let's roll over to the DLC tidbits. This is coming out of the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania, and Nomura was asked, "Is work on the upcoming DLC going well?" Nomura said, "At this point in time, I have given the staff a list of battle elements I want to do, and they are investigating. As for additional story, I think it will mainly be expanding on the Keyblade graveyard things I mentioned before when I talked about narrowing my aim. I do plan to complete it as soon as possible, but as we are working on it alongside preparation for the next project, I still can't tell you when to expect it to be released. For the time being, we are planning to present several pieces of content as one pack rather than release several separate things." Now in the past, Tetsuya Nomura did mention that there is going to be one big pack of paid DLC and there is going to be various other pieces of DLC that will be free. Now as time goes on, I'm sure that their plan towards exactly how they're going to package this DLC will change, although it has been made clear that for the likes of something like Critical Mode will be a free game download that will be coming very soon. So I'd say still expect these other various smaller pieces of DLC, or at least at the very minimum, Critical Mode. But Tetsuya Nomura did say right here that rather than releasing several different pieces of DLC, they're thinking about just packaging it into one big package. And I guess that makes a little bit more sense because that's more sort of the traditional way of doing it for the likes of a Kingdom Hearts game, as it's acting more as a final mix where you get to purchase this one big new pack and it comes with a bunch of new content. Continuing, Nomura was asked, "Final mixes have been a staple of the Kingdom Hearts series. Do you plan to release one for Kingdom Hearts 3 too?" Nomura said, "I have no plans for a separately released Final Mix title. I'm thinking of adding an English mode to the DLC pack. Also, we will moderate with the battle difficulty levels due to taking the tendencies of modern players into consideration, but many people have let us know that they want to fight harder enemies. so I plan to release the critical mode as a free download and add final mix type tough enemies to the purchasable DLC pack. So again, we can see that critical mode will come as a free download, but in regards to this massive big DLC pack that is going to be getting released, again, it seems to be that it will be including a lot of different really cool things, like the new story continuation that Tetsuya Nomura talked about, where it will be focusing on things to do with the Keyblade Graveyard. Tetsuya Nomura did mention that there is some stuff to sort of clarify and do before they move into Kingdom Hearts 4. We already do know that there is going to be one other game that's going to release between KH3 and KH4, but I would say that this DLC will most likely ponder into where the series is going to be heading next. However, though, it's cool to see that we can expect things like final mix type tough enemies for the likes of things like additional bosses, as of course in Kingdom Hearts 3 there is only one secret boss known as Dark Inferno, and there has been a lot of criticism chucked towards this, as the post-game content for Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't exactly the greatest. And Yasue actually has a comment on this exact situation out of the recent Game Informer GDC interview. Game Informer said, as for the criticism about the lack of post-game content, especially optional bosses, Yasue says he will take it all into consideration. He said, "We really look at what everyone is writing. We totally understand and respect that. I can't make any announcements just yet." He did, however, reiterate the light post-game content wasn't because the team needed to cut things out, they just really wanted to focus on the new Disney worlds. So taking into account both Nomura's comments as well as Yasue's comments, it seems to be that the DLC is for sure going to be expanding on the post-game, adding in a lot of extra side things to do, just like the way that a Final Mix edition of a Kingdom Hearts game works. It adds in all of these little cool extra mini-games and extra things to do, usually positioned right at the end of the game. And I know at this point a lot of people are really wanting harder extra bosses, and I think this is definitely one thing we can expect, especially from Tetsuya Nomura's comment, saying that they are going to be throwing in Final Mix type tough enemies. The one thing that I just really want to see, and I've mentioned this to do with, DLC ideas for Kingdom Hearts 3, but they really need to add in an arena, whether it's somewhere in Olympus, or make it its own world, like bring back the Mirage Arena or something like that. An arena mode where we have waves of enemies is just something that we come to expect to be able to participate in for a Kingdom Hearts game, and it's weird to see that an arena-based mode is not present in KH3. So I'd really like to see that be implemented into Kingdom Hearts 3 in its DLC, and also check maybe like a secret or really hard boss at the end of the arena mode. Or hey, kill two birds with one stone. I know a lot of people want an arena mode, and obviously there is that cry for Final Fantasy characters, so why not bring back the Mirage Arena, or it could be a totally new arena world, and have the character Laguna Law, who's from Final Fantasy VIII, as the arena head, or like the arena master. This concept was actually planned for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, where Laguna Law was actually going to be the arena master for the Mirage Arena, but the idea was in the end scrapped. And at the same time, you could also add like a bunch of other Final Fantasy characters hanging out in like the arena lobby, and that you can verse some of them. I'm just, okay, this is too much. Now guys, that is pretty much all for today. In the comment section down below, please be sure to share your thoughts and opinions. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm Cynical, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Hit them on the page, you'll be coming through stain. Gold in my mouth when you suckers be bluffing. Milk crank, gaming up your bitch though. Catch me in the back playing Super Nintendo.